Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about the FMS Ranger. And it's a bit breezy out, but luckily this thing is big so it can handle a bit of wind. So I guess we'd better start by talking about what this plane is designed for, which is, of course, being a beginner plane, which it's very good at. Look, no hands. Yeah, it's super easy to fly. It's by far the easiest plane I've ever had to do pretty much everything with, except fly inverted, because it has that big airfoil. But it still does it pretty well. I'm not going to be demonstrating that today because of the wind, but it does do it well, so you can take my word for that. The Reflex V3 really does its job in keeping the plane level even in high wind like today. And you can see, no hands, even in the high wind, it's pretty much stable. I guess we should probably talk about the maneuverability, because that is not something that really most beginner planes shine in, but this guy does a pretty good job. And it has incredible elevator authority and pretty good aileron too. The rudder it lacks kind of, but it does have decent rudder throw. You can perform pretty much most basic maneuvers such as rolls, loops, inverted flight. You can also do tumbles pretty well. That was not a tumble, by the way. I'll show you a tumble in a sec. Here's the tumble in 3, 2, 1. Pretty much all you can ask for tumbles for a beginner plane. It snaps all right as well. I'll show you that in a sec. Snapping in 3, 2, 1. Sorry, that was not a snap. That was a snap. Getting my maneuvers mixed up here. It doesn't really knife edge because of that, because of how it's lacking in rudder authority, but it's pretty maneuverable. For power, it's got plenty. It doesn't have unlimited vertical, but it can go vertical for a while. I'll show you a full power pass here. And this is into a headwind as well, so it has enough power to do pretty much anything. Now landing it is pretty easy, but we do have quite a bit of wind today, so I'll probably not butter it, although it's pretty much hard not to. You just bring it in for a glide, pull up on the stick, and you're good. You don't even have to pull up on the stick. That nose wheel is designed to bend in case you don't. That does often end up in you flipping the plane, however, so just be aware of that. Once you hit the ground, you definitely want to pull up on the stick, otherwise you could nose over. Definitely don't want to keep pushing it down after it's touched down. I'm going to demonstrate a landing here just to show how easy it is, even in pretty high winds and gusting as well. You can see that wasn't a very good landing, but it still stuck it. And of course, taking off is as easy as just punching the throttle and pulling up. Or not even. You could just not pull up as well, and that would also work. Has great ground handling with that steerable nose wheel. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty great beginner plane, like probably the best out there, especially if you get that ready to fly version. I really have no complaints other than the nose wheel. The nose wheel, although it could be good for beginners who are learning how to land, for someone who already knows how, it just gets in the way. Also, the wingspan and just the sheer size and weight of it makes it handle really well. Even with reflex off, like right now, it's still barely affected by the wind. And it does stall turns pretty well. That's all for today's video. We're gonna land it now. If you want to see me talk more about this plane or my other planes, I encourage you to like and subscribe, because not only does it have no negative effect for you, but it makes me very happy.